Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how VMware Snapshot works, and we are going to go through some best practices of snapshots which VMware suggests us to follow. Also, we are going to do a live demo of recovering a Linux root password. Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to show you how to take a snapshot first, and then we are going to go into the virtual machine, reboot it, and then try and recover the root password. And this is a normal scenario. We do forget. We are humans. We do forget passwords, and fortunately there are ways to hack around it really and get the password back. So let's get started without wasting our time any more time. Okay, let's see. Who is this training for? Anyone who wants to learn virtualization, and there's no IT background required or experience. And again, on this session, it's for someone who wants to hack into your Linux machine and get the root password back and get the control back on it. Okay, agenda for today. What is snapshot? I'm going to explain you what snapshots are, benefit of snapshots, how to take snapshots, how to restore the snapshots, and basically go back in time, best practices for working with snapshots. Okay, and as I said, live demo. So what is snapshot? Snapshot is a copy of the virtual machine disk, which is VMDK. By now you all must know the actual virtual machine disk is VMDK, which is the hard disk, where the is similar to the hard disk, but it is a virtual disk. In VMware terminology, we call it VMDK, which is the virtual disk, and that's where your OS is installed. So when you're taking a snapshot, VMware basically freezes this disk, so no longer anyone can touch it, and it creates a new VMDK file for you, and all the changes we are doing after that is going to be stored in that new file up until you say, okay, I'm happy with the changes. At that point, all those new changes are copied back to the original VMDK disk. Okay, and Snapshot provides a change log for the virtual disk and are used to restore a VM to a particular point in time when a failure or a system error occurs. So if, say for example, you made those changes, you have a snapshot, you made those changes, and suddenly the system goes belly up, it doesn't work anymore. So what you can do is you can go back in time, and you can obviously get your system back in the state before you made those changes. So I'm going to quickly open my very expensive drawing utility which I have here. So let's assume this is a virtual machine of ours. This is our VM, and then what we have done is this is our original VMDK, and we have taken a snapshot. So this disk VMDK is frozen, and VMware doesn't use it anymore. What will happen is it will create another VMDK. It will call it 0000.vmdk. So it calls it a similar name, and it's a new hard drive essentially created. So all the logs are stored, all the changes are stored in this file. And remember, this is frozen now, so none of all the changes are happening here. And say for example, you have made those changes and you're happy, and you want to do another change, so you can take another snap on top of that, and that will be 1. It will get a consecutive number, and then you're happy with those changes, and later on you want to do updates. Maybe you can take another snap now and then do the updates. So VMware allows you to take up to 32 snapshots, which is a lot. So basically, as you can see over here, you're basically forming a chain. This is changed to this is changed to this, and this is changed to the original VMDK. Hope this explains you the concept very well, because at any point you can also go back to this version, or you can go back to this version, or you can delete the entire snapshot and go back, in which scenario all of these are deleted and you are back to the original position. When you delete, if you're here, then basically all the changes which are here and here and here are written to the disk. If you delete and you're here, these changes will be discarded. All the changes here and here will be written to the disk. So I hope I made you understand the actual concept of at what point when you do consolidation, it's called consolidation, or when you delete it, if you're here, this changes will be written to the disk. Okay, and if you're here, all these changes are going to be written. So there will be a scenario when you did this update, last update, it didn't go well, you come back and you're actually here in this position. So, and you're happy with that, and you can commit the changes to the disk, in which case all these changes are going to be connected to the disk. So I've gone through it more than once, guys, so it's an important topic and I wanted you to understand it. And also remember, 32 is the maximum limit allowed from VMware, but that's allowed for the chain. That doesn't mean that you have to, it's a target to reach. What VMware suggests is do not leave it more than 72 hours. If you have it more than 2 days, 3 days, that's fine. After 2 or 3 days, you'll see performance degradation on the host, or even the host will start struggling if you leave it for months. I have seen in organization that they are left for 6 months, 7 months. It keeps growing, so it's not a good practice anyway. All right, let's get back. We need to do this demo now. Okay, so benefits of snapshot can be created for a point in time restore of a VM. Snapshot can be created from a guest OS which is powered off or powered on. Yeah, that's right. You don't need to have your virtual machine powered off to create a snapshot. Cool, isn't it? So you can have a virtual machine which is running and you're making some changes. All of a sudden you thought, okay, let's start doing this patching, and you don't need to have a power off operation to do a snapshot. You can right click and create a snapshot while it's running and then do it. Also, there is another thing where you can snap the memory, and also you can quiescing. I can never say this word correctly, so it's called quiescing. I think you can quiesce the file system, which basically is quiescing is a file system is process of bringing on the disk data for a physical or a virtual computer into a state suitable for backup. So usually quiescing is done when you're doing a backup operation and stuff like that. But for that, the main thing is VMware tools need to be installed. We'll cover that in one of the sessions going forward. Okay, so how to create a snapshot? Right click on the desired OS and then click point to snapshot, and we are going to go through a demo which shows you under the hood what's actually going to happen. Okay, so as a demo, I'm going to use this virtual machine I have here, and if you see over here, it has this VMDK file which is around 8 gig, I think, if you calculate. Ops admin -2 underscore phi is the name of the virtual machine original disk. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and take a snapshot. Go here, and the virtual machine is running currently, so let's open the remote console so you can see that it is running. Okay, I'm pretty much going to be logged in to it. As you can see, let's set up password. PSSWD is the command to set a password, and then okay, and then exit it, and let's assume I forgot the password which I gave. Oh no, I can't get in. Oh my god, what can we do now? So I'm going to recover the password now. Okay, so how are we going to recover it? First of all, as I said, we can take a snapshot while it is running or while the VM is powered off. To obviously recover the password, I will need to reboot it anyway, but I'll show you that this is how we take the snapshot. You go to the snapshot, right click, obviously right click on it, go to snapshot, take a snapshot. That's how you take it. And also you have a manage snapshot button. If you don't have any snapshots, you'll have nothing there. You'll say you're here, says the full disk is this much, 8 gig, as I was saying. Okay, so let's right click, and again notice here this is grayed out, this is grayed out. Delete all snapshot is still there. I don't know why they leave it like that, but we are taking a snapshot. So take a snapshot. It by default populates the time and the date and the time. So I normally suggest when you're taking a snapshot, try to be very specific. So I'm just doing a snapshot for recovering root password. Okay, and who is it who is doing that, the snap? It's me. So I'll normally advise my team member to put your initials there. And also if you're doing this for someone, and or you're doing it under a change, you're updating the OS, or you're doing patches, I assume you will have a change number, so put the CRQ number, or if you have an incident number, INC number, you know, or any reference to what you're doing. So that will make your life easy. And as you can see over here, if the VMware Tools is installed, Quiesce guest file system will be enabled as well. But at this moment I don't want virtual machine memory to be snapshot, or this one. Well, this one is grayed out because VMware Tools is not running anyway. Okay, let's click OK quickly, and we'll see the snapshot will be taken. See, completed. It's already done. It's 7 milliseconds, guys. Come on, that's too fast. You couldn't even open it by that time. Okay, just to show you guys again, I will show you how to do a chain again. So take another, okay, let's go back in, and you can see there's a snapshot which I said recover. Yeah, so I'm just going to do another one just to show you. So let's call it a chain test for showing a chain. Can't spell right. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, guys, sorry. So there you go, and then obviously untick that, click OK. Quiz done. That's how quick it was. 4 milliseconds, even better. See, the reason it is so quick, let's get to the reason. As I said, the original disk is now ceased, and it just created a new pointer file over here. And then when I said another snapshot, it created another pointer file here. Okay, so that's how simple it is. And all the changes which is going to happen, they are going to be happening here now. Okay, we are here at this level. I'll show you here as well. Or if you right click on the VM, manage, this is the first snapshot which you took, and this is the testing the chain. Okay, so we are here, and we can go back here as well if you want to. So we just need to select that and then say revert to, but we didn't make much changes at that point anyway, so it wouldn't show you any major difference. So let's power off this OS, and then we need to power it on again. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I should have opened the console first. Okay, so it has booted. I didn't need, so start again, restart the guest. So guys, this is the demo for recovering the root password. All I have done is taken a snapshot, and I have rebooted it, and I have pressed spacebar 2 or 3 times so that it doesn't boot. So this is the grub bootloader. Those who are familiar with Linux, they will understand that it says on the top grub. So this is the grub bootloader. I'm going to show you in 1 minute. I'm going to get into the system without any problem. See, so on the for this 2.632 is the kernel which we are running, and the top one is 504, which is the latest kernel. The bottom one is 358, which is the older kernel. This is CentOS 6.6, guys. For those of you who are using CentOS 7, it's going to be the same. Red Hat, it's going to be the same. Fedora, it's going to be the same. Pretty much all the Red Hat flavors are the similar way you can obviously get in. So when you have selected the kernel, right kernel, press B. As you can see over here as well, it is saying no, press E for edit. Sorry, my apologies. First press E as it says here in here. So once you press E, you'll get this second screen. Over there you can see a kernel and a long line. So on here you need to press E again, and then when you get to this line you need to press spacebar and then press single, 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 because what we are doing is essentially we are booting the system in the single user mode. So it's called run level 1. So press single, press enter, right single and press enter, and then when you're back on this kernel level, press B to boot the operating system. As you can see on here, to select which entry is highlighted, press B to boot. So we have selected the kernel, the right kernel which is highlighted, and I'm going to press B, and it's going to boot to a single user mode. For those of you who don't know Linux very much, there are actually 6 run levels. The first one is this one, the single user mode. There is run level 2, which is where all the operations happen, which is where most of the stuff runs when we use it. 3 and 4 are not used much, but run level 5 is the graphical user interface which we get in Linux, and run level 6 is reboot. So if I give INIT6, it reboots every time. So okay, that was some history about run levels. So once you are here, as you can see, you have come into Linux without, you have logged in without even putting the password in. But this can't happen in a scenario where you don't have access to the virtual machines, or the console. So this is why, as a virtual administrator, you should not be giving consoles to others. You should not be given unnecessary access to people who do not need it, because this can be used like this, so this is why only give enough access to the people who need. If they only need console access, then console only. They should not get reboot access, or if they reboot, then they should not be getting access to do other stuff like attaching a disk and all that. So be very specific of what you're doing. So let's get rid of the password. So for removing the password on the root account, you go vi/etc/passwd. This is the file which we are going to edit. And if you are familiar, vi is a text editor. So when you open the text editor, you can see on the top is the root account, and that X basically, which I'm highlighting, having my cursor under X now, is the root password which you have set up. It's encrypted, but over here you see it as X. All you have to do is delete that, press delete, and then press escape. Yeah, once you press escape, you need to press shift and colon, and at the bottom you can see the cursor blinking at the bottom. Now you need to press W, only one W, and then Q, and then exclamation mark. If you have done any mistake, don't type W, just type Q and exclamation mark like that, and then exit, and then start again from the beginning. So as you can see, the X is back again. So delete, escape, shift colon Q, exclamation mark. No, I need to write this as well because there's no errors here now. WQ exclamation mark. That's it. Bada bim bada bom. Is that how you say? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now we have to reboot the machine, and when we reboot it, it's, as you saw in the demo in the beginning, we set a password, right? It's going to allow us to log in without asking or prompting us for a password. That's how simple it is. But the reason we have taken a snapshot is accidentally, if I delete any file or do something harmful to the machine, at least I can go back to the point and state before how it was. So root and enter, and there you go, I'm inside without entering the password. So that's how you get the root password, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll put a blog post on how to recover Linux password. And let's go back here and show you, as we have some snapshots running, how does it look from here, from the point of view of the files. So this is the original file which we had, the VMDK file, and as you can see, we have 2 more files created here, 1 and 2, because I have taken the snapshot once and then on top of it, to show you a change, I have taken another one. And also notice that you have snapshot 5 and snapshot 6 VMSN files created here, which are basically files that gets created when you have snapshots. So that's it. And how to delete a snapshot? You go back here, you have recovered the password successfully of your machine, and then you don't need those snapshots again. You can go back here and then you can select delete, or you can go back, select this and revert back to this, in which case obviously I just recovered the password. At the point when I took a snapshot, I didn't have the password, or I forgot my password, so I will go back to a state where the VM no longer allows me to get in without the password. When you're inside, you can obviously set a password, but let's delete all this. Delete all and press done. Then over here you can see that the snapshots are getting deleted. So we are nearly there. So that's how you delete the snapshots, and that's how you create snapshot. So I hope you enjoyed this session today. I'm just going to wait for another few seconds and let this completely delete, and then so that I can show you how it looks after the snapshots are gone. So in the meantime, while it is running the deletion of snapshot, let me go through the steps which we did in the demo for resetting the password. So we rebooted the VM, press edit on the grub. So to edit on the grub, obviously we press the space bar to stop the grub from booting, because it has normally got 3 seconds. If you don't hit the space bar on the right time, it will boot into the Linux OS anyway. So press space bar first and then press E to edit the grub, and then scroll down and select the right kernel, which is the second line normally, and then press E again. And then after that you have to press the space bar again and then type single, which is the single user mode as I discussed. And then after that what you do is press enter, and then you'll be back to this kernel screen where it says kernel. Press B to boot, and then within seconds it will boot and you will be in the shell. And over there you just vi/etc/psswd, and then get rid of the x from the first line, root : x : so just get rid of the x, and then that's it. But I'll post this on my blog anyway. Okay, so let's get back. So I'm trying to best utilize my time. Okay, so snapshot has been removed. Right click, let's check. So all these is gone, as you can see. Manage, and you're back here and it's 8.54 and you don't have any snapshots anymore. So that's about it, guys. Let's quickly check those snapshot files have disappeared or not. You have this file and there is no other snap files or VMDK created with 000 file names. So that's it, they're all gone. Excellent. Okay, so don't forget to message me if you have any questions, and in general I would really love to find out how you guys are finding my videos and suggest me whether you want something else. You will find all my videos or anything interesting which I'm doing on my blog as well. Along with the videos, I'll post it on my blog so that you can follow it easily. Question of the day, I think I'll ask 2 questions of the day if you don't mind, guys. First one, did you like the demo? Okay, that's the first one. The second one related to the topic today. How many hours does VMware suggest to keep the snapshot? So VMware suggests not to keep it over a certain number of hours, which I told you in the demo, right? So what is that hours? Okay, let me know on the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy watching and keep sharing, guys. Cheers. Bye.